됐다, bro.
Where's your mask?
Where's your mask?
Oh, never mind.
All right, welcome to Frequency and Friends. We are back for another episode with a very special guest. It's Corona season, so we are sticking to somebody who's a local talent, who's emerging in the scene, who's done some amazing work, and somebody that we've had to highlight. We've had him on before. People thought it was a real episode. They didn't. I guess they didn't see the sarcasm in the joke that was involved with that episode. So we had to bring him on again to make sure that we got his real story and people didn't think that that's the way he is. So let's welcome the one and only Sangtar Singh.
How are you?
Sangtar, I hesitated there before saying your name because I didn't know which name to go by. You go by so many names, man.
Sangtar Singh Sahota.
Daku Sangtar.
Yeah.
Sardarji.
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 What else do we got?
Harbanskar. There's too many.
Sangtar Malhotra.
Sangtar Malhotra. Yeah, there's quite a few, man. You're a man of many faces. What's that Game of Thrones girl that... what's her name? Arya Stark?
Yeah.
I
Right?
don't watch that.
Yeah, that's
Let's not talk about Game of Thrones.
No, okay.
Pretty
forget
trash show.
All right.
After the last episode. Yeah.
Sangtar, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for coming through and making time for us. How you
Thank
feeling
you for
today?
having me. Good. How about you?
Pretty good, man. You were riding me about my jersey and how you hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's just make that public that they are the best team in the NFL.
Sure.
Sure.
In your dreams.
well, we all know that Tom Brady is no longer the kind of noted as a great champion because he doesn't have Bill Belichick anymore, right?
He's going to win one this year, though.
With Buckahoos,
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians.
He's still the GOAT, bro, no matter what.
Tom Brady is the GOAT because what? Because they cheated when they were playing football?
How many Super Bowls have your player has seen?
Supper Bowls?
Super Bowl.
Super
How many Supper Bowls?
Super Bowls. How many Super Bowls?
Oh, we'll get to that later. We're not
What
counting
about-
rings right now.
What about
All right.
LeBron and the Lakers?
LeBron, you guys want to bring up LeBron too? I don't believe he's the GOAT either, man. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Right?
LeBron's the GOAT.
There it is. Yeah, let's get a round of
There-
applause in the
don't
studio for that, man. Well, let's get to you first. You are the GOAT of comedy right now.
Damn.
Sangtar, we had your brother Ikwinder on.
Yeah.
Amazing music producer, makes amazing music. He's stuck in India, or has he made
he's
it to
in
the
England
UK now?
He's in England now.
He's in England now. He's working on an album.
Yeah.
So we got his whole story about his come up and life being a musician and your guys' previous history. But I kind of want to know from your point of view how that was coming up because we don't really believe everything Ikwinder said. So I want to know from you at a young age. We know that you are very musically inclined as well.
Yeah.
What was a lot of people don't know this, but you're Ikwinder's older brother. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people think that you're his younger brother.
Yeah, younger. Yeah.
They say that
That's
a lot.
it.
You
Or
probably
think,
play
like,
along.
Or like we're like just friend brothers, like that kind of stuff.
Like not real
Not real brothers, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about your come up, your upbringing as a child and kind of what that entailed as a young Sangtar Singh?
Well, we started with like Bhangra. Like I was 5, Iki was like 4.
Yeah.
Or I was 6, Iki was 5. And then we started doing that, a lot of competitions. And then Nachi Jwani toddlers.
Yeah.
And we were like always like number 1.
That was sick.
First place.
You guys were like the first Punjabi thing that went viral.
Yeah, like first
Like-
place, pretty much like all the competition, like London, Vancouver. I was like the second last Jodi. I don't know why, man. I danced pretty good.
Ikwinder was first.
Iki was first. I was like second last. I know the reason now. I didn't know it back then. It's because he put a lot of facial expressions in his thing. And I used to be like just, really, no smile. I was burnt out, man. I was sweating and shit, right?
Just trying to breathe.
Yeah, we had like a strict coach. Like he used to make us run fucking miles in the winter and shit, right? Just as a warm up, right? And then the routines were like 11 minutes long. If we fuck up, let's say at 10-minute mark, do it all over again. I'm like, fuck. I barely got through it the first time. Now you're going to make us do it again. Right? And then after that, around like 08, 09, when like Sing is King came out, we started doing music. And that's where we, got, we started learning harmonium and all that stuff too with it. And after that,
was Sing is King like an influence? Like you guys saw that and said we want to make music, or that's just like kind of you use that as a marker of when you started?
I remember Sing is King came like in 08, 09. Akshay Kumar came to like Silver City or something, doing a promotional tour.
Yeah.
And my dad's not even a fan of him. He doesn't watch Hindi movies. He took us for no reason, right? And we didn't know who he was that time. We were young, right? And he wasn't there. So he takes us to a music academy, right, which was closed, right? So I just know because of that small story, right? And we started learning harmonium, started doing like...
but that's because your dad is a musician himself.
Yeah, lyricist. Back
yes.
in the day, yeah. And...
where'd you learn harmonium?
Akam TV. Yeah, that was their company. We learned it vocals and harmonium. Iki learned way too many things, man. I had this. I'm like, yo, I'm good with the harmonium.
Was it forced on you? Like your dad said you have to, or you guys kind of wanted to?
No, I don't know. I actually from the Bhangra part of it, I loved performing and getting the applause.
Tariyan.
But after that was good, right? But I hated the preparation for it, like routine, practice, getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting yelled at.
Yeah, getting yelled at.
Running in the snow while you're 6 years old.
Like every time, like, yo, time for the Bhangra Pak, I'm like, because they put put it deep inside your head. It hurts, man. That shit hurts. And because of that, I was like so turned off. But when you're performing, everybody's loving it, right, and all that. So it felt good. That's why when we transitioned into music, it felt good performing live. Right, and making money too on the side.
Yeah.
And people loving it, right?
Making money where?
With music.
Performing where? At the Gurdwara?
Gurdwara. Oh yeah. Like when we were, we used to do taddi.
Yeah.
After doing like harmonium and stuff, we moved on to like taddi because we wanted to do more of like not really too religious stuff, like not do shabds, but do like just
stories. Like Kaveshri, right?
Yeah, like that kind of like Vara and all that stuff.
So explain that for someone who doesn't know, like me. Like when you're playing the harmonium, it's mostly more religious stuff that you're
more
playing.
of like shabds that are from the Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay.
And when you do taddi, that's more like telling stories about like the history of Sikhism, right?
Nice.
So
so when you learn taddi, like do you read up on the story before, or are they like just sets that you just kind of practice and then you perform?
No, we didn't do that.
Okay.
I actually had an interest in history, so I studied a lot of it, right? Like Sikhism or like any other religion, right? I studied a lot of it, right? Even until now. But like back then, I was like, whatever's presented in, I'm like, all right.
You just practice and then you do it.
Just start singing.
Would you guys read and sing, or you've already practiced it and then you go perform?
No, we'll have the song, we'll have it over there.
Yeah.
Like on the stand.
Yeah.
But we'll just look over it like once or twice.
So
right?
you're fluent in reading Punjabi,
Yeah,
writing,
writing,
everything.
yeah.
Okay,
crazy.
so you can read right off the thing in front of you. Somebody puts it on, you can go.
Yeah, unless it's some messy ass writing, then I'm like, bro, what is this, right? But yeah, other than that, I could read and write. Yeah. And we started doing that, and we after like doing like tadis at Gurdwara, right? Got like first we got like let's say politics came in the way, right? Where they were like, we wanted our people to perform and not y'all, right?
Yeah.
So we got turned off by that. Like we'll be waiting in the back for like 2 hours for our turn, and then only get like a 5-minute turn. Right, and then we're like, bro, what is this, right?
Yeah.
No point of doing this, right? Might as well start singing somewhere else.
It's interesting because like a lot of us don't know. You just think that they have people ready to perform.
100%. I thought the same thing.
Right? You don't know that there's actual competition for like people wanting to get up and perform, right?
I thought it was like how the Ragis come from India. You just get like 3-4 of these dudes in a room, like, chal, teri bari.
Like I remember too. Like as kids, I remember they told us, okay, if you want to go up at the main time, whatever everyone dons, you have to leave it there for the jatha.
Yeah, man, they do a lot of again, it's politics, but
and we're like kids, and
a lot of
if you're trying to promote Sikhism to your kids, this is not really the great way to just shunning them out, right? like I remember one time the guy was doing katha for 1 hour and basically said the same thing over and over. I'm like, bruh, I'm like 10 years old. I get it, what you're saying. Right?
Yeah.
Stop repeating that shit 10 times.
Yeah, and I mean, I get what you're saying. It's not even about the money. It's the fact that these kids have practiced their craft. They're coming to perform, and then the Gurdwara or whoever's in charge of the politics, they're more concerned about the
And you're
money.
taking this in like, this is like, you do a kandapat that's in the morning. So I have this like, I'm paranoid. Like, I don't want my voice to get fucked up. So I don't drink nothing cold, no oily shit, right? And don't eat any of the stuff.
No pakode, no
No
cha in the morning?
pakode. Not until I'm done performing.
Okay.
So I'm literally there, sitting at the back, had a cup of cha, sitting there since 9 a.m. My dad loved to go early for some reason. Sitting there at 9 a.m., waiting until fucking 12 p.m. just to get 5 minutes. And that, like, basically I was dead already from the inside, already sick.
Yeah.
So again, and then you get 5 minutes just to perform like half a song too.
Was it your dad that played the? Is it the
Nah,
sarangi?
Icky.
Icky played
Icky
that.
played the sarangi and I half-ass played the tad.
Okay. So Daddy is usually 2 or is he 3?
There's
singers
four.
too?
There's four.
people. Okay.
Like 3 singers, as like 2 tadis and like 1 sarangi guy, and 1 guy does like the like,
The intro and stuff.
Intro, yeah.
The intro
Okay.
guy.
Icky was like the sarangi guy and the vocalist, right?
So you were just a 2-man team.
2-man team, yeah.
Wow.
And I used to play the tad.
Who did
and-
the intro?
Huh?
Who did the intro?
Bro, I was supposed to do the intro, but I used to like, yo, Icky, cover it for me. I don't want to talk, man.
Did your dad ever perform with you guys or like do a lecture?
No. He was shy too, man. 'Cause when I watch those stuff, you're supposed to be fierce because they tell more about like the wars and Guru
Yeah.
Gobind Singh, and I'm like, the Guru Gobind Singh Ji, no. And I used to be so shy. I'm so shy to talk, right? And but yeah, so I'm like, yo, cover it for me. He's like, fuck you. And I'm like, no, cover it. And I made him sing too half the time too. I'm like, yo, my voice gave up. Cover it.
Yeah, he had a different story when he was on. He said that you were going through puberty. So
Yeah,
there
because of
was-
puberty, I was like,
Yeah,
I'm like, yo,
sometimes I'm
cover it.
older, yeah.
Yeah. And we just like, we never did riyaz because we're like, we had to wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. to do riyaz. I'm like, off that. When before I knew when my dad was gonna come. So 5 minutes before we'll get up, start playing in the morning. Right? And when he comes, right, he thinks that we did it. I'm like, all right, time to pack up, go back to sleep, wake up and go to school, right?
Oh, nice.
But now I regret it. I should have woken up and
Is
take
that
care of my
because
voice.
you thought you would have pursued a singing career more, or?
No, I just think it's a good skill to have to
Yeah.
sing.
I mean, you're dropping albums, so
Yeah, but we put like freaking
Bangers.
50 filters of autotune on it. Some people think it's natural, but I'm like, because autotune is so it's so evolved now
yeah.
that you could like make it sound real,
Yeah.
right? And Icky just makes me sound so real, and I feel good. I'm like, yo, I'm actually thinking he's sick, right? But then he takes out the autotune.
So that must be the majority of singers now. Everybody uses
Every single
yeah.
singer
every single
uses.
singer.
The only person I haven't used autotune on is Labhida, which is I don't know if you guys know who he is, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah. He's like an
Yeah.
old school guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's sick.
At least I couldn't figure out the autotune for some of the notes. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going.
So you just left it.
I told Deep and a couple of they're like, yo, just take it off of that part. He said, take it off of that part. I was like, all right, sick.
So everybody uses it just to kind of make the song sound better.
Everybody.
You're so
Human-
used to songs
Uh-huh.
that are perfect that if someone's not perfect, it sounds really bad. If you listen to old
Yeah.
songs like Chamkila, Bindra Ki, all those guys,
They're like in key, but not in key.
Yeah.
They're like just off.
Like in between keys.
but all the instruments they're
Okay.
using also they're tuned perfectly, but they go out of tune as the song
as they record.
as they record.
All because they're using that same instrument
Yeah.
for however many hours.
Because they
or
give-
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, because back in the days, like they're cutting one track at a time. It's like bang, 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 and they like the whole day you could do like 10 songs, right? So as time progressed, the shit was going out of tune.
Yeah. So after that, the music thing, I started saying, I'm like, yo, I can't do this anymore. I can't sing to the level I want to sing.
Yeah.
I loved Chamkila. At that time, at that time, the most popular singers that time were Jazzy B, Shinda, Manmohan Waris, and Kama here. And we looked up to them. We're like, yo, I want to be the next Shinda, Manmohan Waris. But my voice was like, oh, nah, it can't be. So I'm like, shit, right? But then going
you could be
through-
Sangtar though.
Going through middle school and high school, I used to be a storyteller, like a class joker, class clown, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
And in high school, my English teacher used to be like a Canadian independent filmmaker, And he's the one who's like, yo, you're great at this. Might as well pursue it. Like, what else do you want to pursue?
That's kind of cool that he harnessed whatever you were doing instead of sending you to principal's office and be like, get out of here.
And
Do you remember this
Where'd
teacher's
you
name?
go to high school? Brampton or Mississauga?
No, Rexdale.
Rexdale. Okay.
Born and raised in Rexdale.
Man. Inhale, exhale, Rexdale.
Yeah. So he told me to pursue it, and then that's when I met Icky was working with Jus Reign on their Christmas album.
Okay.
And through Icky, he hooked me up with Chaps, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they were shooting their
Fateh's manager.
yeah, Fateh
Chaps.
Jus Reign,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, they were shooting the wedding video, and they're like, yo, come through, right? And I came through. I was an extra at that time, so I wasn't really expecting anything, but it was cool to, just see how it goes. And, I got to talk to them too, somebody you watched, for like forever, right?
Yeah.
Got to talk to them.
Because at this time, Jus Reign had been making videos already. Christmas thing was when he was already on top, basically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And, it was fun, right? I loved it. And I got interested. I'm like, yo, I want to do this shit too, right? And, and then after that happened, high school ended. I really didn't know where I was going. So that's when, in August, I got another call from Chaps. He's like, yo, come through to my house. And I'm like, cool. He's like, yo, this is a Jus Reign shoe. Now I'm not expecting anything. I'm like, yo, okay, another extra thing, right? Fine. But I'm still psyched, right? Because it's Jus Reign, right?
Yeah.
So I go there, and then there's like Jus Reign, Babu, Rupen, and Obaid. That's a fitness trainer, right? And I was the fifth person. There's nobody else, right? And I'm like, oh shit, so I'm gonna get some lines today, right? Right? And it was amazing because you see those four guys and then me, the new guy, right? And that's like that gave me like it motivated me, like they trusted in me and all that, right?
Yeah.
Being with them, to
to play a part.
play a part,
Yeah.
right? Bring my own stuff into it, right? Even when we shot the Bollywood theaters video, he's Jus Reign's like, yo, this is what you have to do. And I'm like, what about the dialogue? He's like, yo, make it up. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta make it up on spot now, right?
Yeah.
And then they loved it, right? And that just motivated me. That made me feel good about myself that I could do this, right?
Give you the confidence.
Yeah, gave me the confidence. And then 2018, I go to India.
This is all before you're 18.
I turned 19 in 2018.
So around the time.
Yeah.
You're in 1999.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 99.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go to India, and bro, Icky's there, right? Icky's Diamond song comes out. He's like a fucking, he's all like,
He's
happy.
up, yeah,
he's up there, right?
his head's
and we're
full.
living with Beat, and he's also up there, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, shit, nobody knows
You're
me.
here.
No, I go to India too.
Okay.
Right? They wanted me to direct a music video, right? I go there, I'm like, fuck it. Like, there are bodyguards around them, right? People coming up to them, body autograph, body picture. I'm like, I want that shit too, right? Fuck. Why can't they watch my YouTube videos, right? And that's what, I have 40 subscribers on YouTube and shit, right? So that motivated me more. I'm like, yo, I want to be at that kind of level too, where people recognize me and show me love, right? And I got back, and that's like, after that, a couple months later, I just started making videos. And 2 years now, I'm here,
So he named dropped Veet Baljeet, who's a big time writer. So he just threw his name like he's whatever. Yeah. So he's a big time. He wrote Patala
Everything
Peg.
for
Patiala
Everything.
Peg.
Yeah.
Diljit,
I don't think we
He's-
need to explain.
Made
I think
careers.
everyone
Man
knows.
made careers,
Yeah.
bro.
So
Yeah,
he's
man.
just dropping his name like it's nothing, but like
No, he's huge.
yeah.
Oh, but these guys were like part of the entourage, like Veet Baljeet's entourage. Like,
Yeah.
it was, like, and, like they were killing it.
Well, Ikwinder explained how big that was. You guys were talking about how you guys stayed with him when you guys went out to India, how
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
hospitable he was.
We saw you in India.
Were
as
you
well.
guys together? With
We spent
him?
a few
Was he
days
there
together.
too?
Yeah.
We spent a few
Yeah,
days.
He came
Okay.
out to
When all these
Chandigarh.
guys came, okay.
Hey, we celebrated your birthday.
Yeah,
at the
celebrating my
JW.
birthday and
Nice.
shit.
So
But
So it was more like seeing your brother's success, seeing what was going on, all the fans that kind of made you want that
it's
same
like
feeling.
I'm out of high school.
Yeah.
I'm not going to college.
You
right?
had no aspirations
Yeah.
for that.
I'm like, bruh, I want to become something.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I was working with Jus Reign, right? But now I'm like, yo, what do I do after that?
How was your experience working with Jus Reign? Like showing up to a shoot, he kind of puts you on the spot and says,
Yeah.
"Do what you got to do." What are you thinking? Are you nervous, or you just go right into action and do what
Kind
you got
of,
to do?
kind of. But being an extra, it helped me like not be scared of him or not be shy
Yeah.
or be nervous. So when I was called upon to do a line, just go make it up, right? It wasn't that scary.
Is he easy to work with? Is he hard on you? Like
super nice guy, bro.
Nice guy?
Yeah, man.
Doesn't yell at the staff while we're recording, nothing like that?
No. He was amazing, man. Amazing.
Did you ever make everyone like crack up? Like if you said something super funny?
Yeah, man. Or I wouldn't be in that room with Jus Reign and them in August if I wasn't able to crack them up a bit, right? And yeah, man, it's like they're trusting. Chaps, just me, right? They're trusting in me, and they're like, come through.
And I guess like all that, your childhood kind of gave you that confidence to be able to perform.
Yeah, and the childhood confidence, right? It all works hand in hand together, right? But yeah.
Sorry, man. We're just pouring up a little drink. So you're getting us excited about
I can
stories,
say.
man.
I can say from experience. I've been in situations where like we're sitting. You're usually the funniest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Even in India, I was thinking the shit you were saying. I was like, what the fuck?
You don't take that on as sometimes too much pressure. Like you could be having like a bad day and you could show up and everybody wants a joke from Sangtar. You ever feel that pressure? Like fuck, I just want to chill out sometimes.
Nah, bro.
You're okay.
Talking that's what I do for a living. Talking.
I just remember one joke from India. Just got going.
a lot of.
I feel like everyone has everyone in the crew.
I didn't even get that part. What was
we
it?
can't explain it.
No, yeah. Well,
pretty much all my jokes are pretty like edgy. They're pretty much they can't be told on.
It brings me to one of my questions, man. I was like I told you when you walked in. I was watching one of your videos today while I was driving. I wasn't distracted. I promise I was safe while I was driving. But I was laughing so hard, and I was thinking in my head, I was like, I want to show this to my parents because of the way it started off. But then what it went to, I was like, oh no, I can't show my parents this. Have your parents seen your videos?
Yeah, man, they watch it.
And what's their take on it?
Yo, so a lot of my videos are like they're like pretty edgy. They're dark comedy, right? But they have truth to it.
Yeah.
It's like
it is, absolutely, 100%.
Like, I get shit from it from people. They're like, yo, what the fuck are you saying about like, yo? One of the jokes was like, "Tu meri maa na sutta." The friend, I just saw an interview on Bossy's show where like the nephew.
If you use Bossy as an example,
right,
you're
like,
exempt.
Lucky slept with his mommy or something. Right? That happens in real life. I'm not trying to make something up.
How about the two guys that ek dusre de dodh pinde sige that?
Bro, okay, that's exaggeration of something else, but that's not offensive. Right? Nobody's gonna take that to offense. Right?
I get what you're saying.
Some of the other parts are like, yo, this doesn't happen. I'm like, yo, it does happen.
It does, yeah.
Right? Probably not too common, but it does happen.
In
but
our
at
culture,
the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're a comedian.
Yeah, and
people need to understand.
I'm not trying to make
too,
no PG jokes.
Well, what
right?
is a comedian? Why do we always laugh at the Chris Rocks, Russell Peters, all these? Because they talk about reality in a funny way, right?
Yeah.
Things that we're not comfortable talking about.
Yeah, but even
normally.
they say on a regular basis that their stuff is being tamed down.
Yeah,
and they don't like standing for it. They hate it.
People don't like to
Bill
hear
Burr. I swear he talks all the time about
SNL.
Yeah,
that
there you go.
SNL.
Yeah, man. If
monologue he
Russell
did.
Peters was making those jokes in 2020, Twitter would cancel him.
100%.
yeah.
What are the like responses? You get a lot of hate mail, a lot of not mail anymore, but like DMs.
No, man, not too much. It's just that 1% that will be like, yo.
That same fucker who keeps messaging every video.
Do you ever get those like you're a Sardar and why are you doing these kind of jokes?
That's like from the start, bro.
I was just looking at your stuff too. Like you almost put like disclaimers now on each thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't take offense
Have
to
to,
it.
man. Have
That's
to.
crazy.
Have to. Cause, yo, like I gotta do that. Cause some people, even like I play smart with my skits. I make sure if I'm gonna add something controversial to it, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not promoting hate. I'm promoting that I support it.
Yeah.
But this is what's going on in the community.
Absolutely.
Or like what in reality what's happening in the world, not only in our community, but across everywhere. So, but people still don't get it. Some people will be like, yo, whoa, why are you making homophobia joke? I'm like, bruh, I literally supported transphobia in the. I mean, I literally I supported trans people. No, sorry, not transphobia. I supported trans people, and you're still calling me transphobic?
Yeah.
For no reason. Watch the video. I had an argument with this one guy, and then he started after responding. I'm like, all right, then shut up, right?
Yeah.
Like, watch the video before you're
Is
gonna.
it even worth it trying to explain to those people?
No, this
like,
guy, one guy seemed very smart. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
You seem smart, and you're still coming at me with some dumb argument, right? Come on, just watch the video.
I think that's what a lot of people don't get is because you play such a good character of these like funny guys that they don't get that you are educated, that you're a smart guy, that you know what you're doing, but this is your version of comedy, right?
Yeah. It just, I'm not trying to promote all those things. I'm just trying to show what it is, what reality is.
Yeah.
right?
It's like you and Spin Sing when you're talking about music. It's so funny because you do it in such a funny way, but it's the reality. Everybody says "jut" in their song 100,000 times to make a hit. You know, they have to say, be a gangster to make a song. So it's hilarious.
That one part where like I'm like, "Mainu kar tu pyar ja tere muh ch goli mar." It's a real song. I can't find the song yet. I heard it on somebody's Snapchat. I'm like, yo, what's the song? They're like, I don't know. But it's a song. I think a girl sang it. Mainu kar tu pyar ja main maru teri goli muh ch, something like that.
That sounds like an Anmol Gagan Man kind of song.
Whatever.
She's belly,
it's there. It happens, right? And there's some people are like, yo, man, why would you? That's a violent song. I'm like, it's a real song. Hope you know that.
The best is when he explains that, oh no, we're gonna do a different type of song. It's like it's gonna be completely different. And it's the exact. I swear, every singer that comes in says that, and it's the exact same type of song.
And nothing bad about it. Like I love Sidhu, I love Karan. Like again, I'm not gonna hate on that. It's there. It's like everybody's singing gangster.
Well, I didn't
songs,
know you were
right?
talking directly about them. But
No, I'm not talking directly about that. Right?
Kidding.
It's just people thought I'm like, yo, this guy's taking a shot at this person. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a shot at anybody.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying it's
That's just how it is.
all I see is love. I don't see. All I see is like those gangster type of songs.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything else.
Well,
right?
they made that trend and it took off and
Yeah,
everybody started doing
for like
it.
2 months. It was all Jut songs.
Yeah.
Like literally Jut Hunniya, Jut
So it's
something, Jut. whatever.
reality. It's not. I'm not hating on that. I love gangster songs.
What's your take on the music industry currently?
I have no take, man. It's not. I love it. Like I love the music.
You have a favorite artist, favorite song?
Yo, my favorite is still Chamkila because I relate with him the most because he used to do controversial
What
shit.
song?
Yeah.
What song?
Right? Huh?
What song? What's your favorite Chamkila song?
Bruh, this one song like Chakdun kade de to kala
Chal,
kara
gaa
do
ke-
hat khade wali.
Gaake suna, gaake.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I need all to about that. But he's such a controversial artist, and at the same time, what he was like, my dad's not the hugest fan, like the biggest fan of Chamkila, but he's like, yo, he was at a level where no other artist was at. Like Chamkila was this, and the next like Kuldeep Manik, they were over here.
Yeah.
But Chamkila was that.
He was doing the most shows. He was like the most booked. He was like at top, and they got
Yeah.
worked.
Who do you guys think killed Chamkila?
I don't know, man. I don't get into that.
There's like a whole documentary that I think.
Is there
They're making a movie
yeah.
on it. They're making so apparently
like a
some Bollywood guy signed the rights for a movie on Chamkila's life, like a biopic.
I saw a
so
whole
down.
trailer about it. Yeah,
That's sick. They're gonna
Yeah.
they
sing
go
a
to the
song.
band. There is a video on YouTube already that talks about like his whole history and where he died.
That'd be dope. I
But
hope
then
they
it talks
make
about
right.
them shooting the whole documentary that they're doing. So
Nice.
Yeah, I don't get into that kind of stuff. I just appreciate what he did.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. Like he was able to, he did different kind of music, like the lyrics wise and all that.
His lyrics were so just. I don't know.
and how he sang it too. You understand
Yeah.
every word.
It was
If you're
out
not
there. It's
Punjabi,
like double meaning. Like he has some songs like "Koi haath to fere ju tere the." Like
Yeah.
what's that mean? Like who's waiting a haath on you? Like you're like real shit. Like what's up?
I don't think there's a double meaning to that. I think that is just one meaning to that. Come on.
I don't know, man. Like
but if I were to talk about now, I'd still say like people like Manmohan Waris.
Yeah.
I love his like old songs.
They're the-
Punjabi Versa 2004 is the best
Yeah,
concert
man.
that ever happened.
100%.
They're the big three in my
It's in my
opinion.
Spotify
man. Those
every
three
day.
brothers,
Yeah,
they
man.
absolutely
Isn't
killed.
he your
guys.
brother, Sangtar?
Sangtar, man.
Sangtar, that's man. We're missing him. We got Kamal here on. He was a fantastic episode, man. I had to hold it down in Punjabi. It was the worst time of my life.
Nah, his English was pretty good.
Yeah, he was solid.
But
He was
for some
solid.
reason, I don't know why we did it all in
No,
Punjabi.
but he said himself, he's like, yo, even
He-
if
he
you ask
was
me
more
questions, I'm just
comfortable.
going to explain in Punjabi. We're like, yeah, cool, no stress.
And then I just didn't know what I was doing there, man. It was
Another guy is Daljit because he's
Yeah.
been so
The songs,
consistent,
yeah.
man.
Uh-huh.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's hard, man.
Yeah.
Consistent for this long.
Uh-huh.
and-
Relevant for this
Yeah,
one,
relevant, consistent.
Your
Yeah.
brother did a song
Yeah,
or two with
Shout
him
out to
too, I
Daljit,
think.
Daljit and all the Punjabi singers who have been supporting everybody in Punjab farmers, everybody
Yeah.
that's been like showing love, making music, and now they're helping. They're doing. I think it's on what is it, October 23rd. They're shutting down Punjab for like a whole day.
September 20th.
shit,
So they
yeah.
did it already.
Oh, they do it already. Okay,
September
I thought that
25th.
was happening.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
So like
My facts are.
Shout
could
out
be
to the
wrong,
farmers though.
Yeah, shout out to the farmers. But if they've done it,
September
or they're gonna do
25th it started. They're doing
Mhm.
like a Band Punjab.
yeah.
So they
Yeah.
shut down Punjab and they're just trying to promote everyone, trying to not to don't get carried away and try to do your regular stuff.
Yeah.
Like let this be the issue.
hmm To show that when you shut down Punjab, what actually happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It makes sense. Oh. That's
So
awesome.
going back to comedy, Sangtar, I have a question. It's like, did you watch like Punjabi movies? Did you watch like Palla and like all these guys, Cookie and these guys growing up, or like do you have any influences from these guys?
Yeah, man. I watched a lot of comedy. Like comedy's my favorite genre, right? Like
Yeah.
Punjabi comedy. I watched a lot of Bollywood stuff, Hollywood, right? Yeah, like when it comes to Punjabi stuff, I would say like Palla. Those guys were the ones that were kind of edgy, but not too edgy, right?
Yeah.
Bin Nutello, those guys, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to like main influence, I'll say like Seth Rogen, man. Those
I love
guys.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I just watched
He
this movie
just-
American Pickle last night.
Is it good?
Yo, honestly, I smoke a lot of weed. My mom's gonna fucking flip when she sees this. I smoke a lot of weed. I was high as fuck, and honestly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. He pushes it, and I love that. Like he's still able to do that, and it's always funny.
So what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
is there some sort of aspiration you have, like something you want to do that pushes the boundaries of the industry more than what you've done already?
What do you mean?
Like, what's your next project that you want to work? You're not going to keep doing skits for the rest of your life. What's your next move?
I want to get into TV and movies. I want to act. Like that's what
Do
I
you want to
am.
write and act, or do you just want to act?
I mean, I would rather act. Other
Well,
than
you write these skits right now
yeah,
too.
like that's fine. Like, but I wouldn't want to be the main writer on like a major project, like a movie.
How would
Yeah.
you feel if the Office called you to come in for an episode?
I'd say yes, and I'll do it for free too.
I remember like maybe a few years ago, that is something that you wanted to do. Is
Yeah,
writing,
man. The
right?
Office is like a great thing.
No, but I mean like just writing.
Oh yeah. I used to write, but I'm like,
Everything.
bro, this is too much. Like,
Yeah,
I-
because like Winder told me you used to write script or
Like
you
movies.
wrote a script.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Somebody told me he had something going on
Yeah,
with Netflix.
Netflix.
yeah.
years
I
ago.
used to like write a lot, and then I remember there was one time I sent a movie script to somebody, and they're like, "Yo, it's cool," but they loafed it like bare times, and I'm like, "It's just I'd rather just fucking perform my own shit."
You wrote the whole movie script out.
I wrote like a whole script,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say, "Yo, that was some like Harry Potter movie I wrote," right? But I'm just saying I tried my best. I wrote a comedy horror movie. Right? I thought I was sick at the time, but I opened it up like a couple of days ago. I'm like, bro. I'm like, okay. But at that time, I don't know. The guys are like, yo, man, killing it, right? Yo, get this established and shit, right? I'm like, cool. Do it. Let's run it, right? But it never happened. So, that's why I moved on again, started doing my own stuff, relying more on myself.
With your skits, do you write everything out before, or do you just go and wing it?
Yeah, I mostly write everything out before, and then sometimes we'll have a moment where like, yo, this part is, I could add this line, I'll make it funnier, and then I'll just do that.
I can imagine that making one of your skits could take a long time because you play all the parts. So
Yeah.
it's like you got to change clothes, you got to, get ready, whatever, different angles, and
Yeah.
then go shoot. How long does an average skit take?
Now it takes longer because we do it properly. We get a proper camera. We light, we light everything, right? And because there's a bigger audience now, right? So you wanna make sure you don't like slack on any part of things, right? Like you don't want to slack on the acting part of it either.
Yeah.
Right. Back then, like when I started, I'm like, if I fucked up, I'm like, whatever, I'll just launch this in,
Let
right?
it go, yeah.
But now you gotta make sure, because people are gonna hold you accountable. They're gonna be like, yo, this kid was better. What the fuck did you do in this one, right?
Yeah.
But so it takes about like I remember the one that I did with Pravesh, the gangster songs and all. We started at 8 and we ended at 3 a.m.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
Right. So and sometimes like the skit, the 7-minute one, right? That took us 2 days to shoot. Sorry, 3 days to shoot.
Yeah.
And that's like from
And
12 to 6. 12 to 6.
You
12 to
played
6.
what? At least 7 characters in that?
I don't even know. I lost count. Bro.
Like how long does it take you to like think of these skits, or like where's like the inspiration and all this kind of things coming from?
A lot of them are personal experiences, and then a lot of them are what you hear happening around the world.
Okay.
Those are the main 2 things. And then some exaggeration part like, yo, ek duje de dudu chonge de
Like my favorite one was like we went, the guy had the dog and he said Kuttala Nabi Sangtar or whatever it was, and I was like,
That's basically real life, bro. My parents like, if you say I want a dog, like Toki, what are you?
that was probably my favorite skit. I watched that like 100 times over.
yeah. So yeah, most of it's like real life experiences, like all the Sardarji and stuff, right? That's like I could so relate to that. I never knew I was gonna relate it to like a lot of people, But that's the shit that popped me up to another level.
Because it is relatable
so
for
relatable.
everybody. The
Yeah.
uncles talking about, like, they always want to give us advice on fitness,
Yeah.
but you look at them and they're sitting with their glass, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's
One-upping each other all the time.
It's true.
Oh, hilarious, man. And that's, I think, why it appeals to everybody. But you are also boxing yourself in for a certain crowd. How do you think you'd get outside that to an international market?
Well, I'm like doing slowly like English stuff too, right? That does well for me too. But I'm always like, yo, I don't rush into it. So if I don't want to force an English idea. When I get it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But if I rush into it, I'm like, I have to think about it. Like, oh, I gotta fucking spend 12 hours thinking about one English idea.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I'll just let it come to me. Right? Then it's better. If I let the idea come to me, it's better. But also another thing about those other skits, like English ones, they require like a lot more than just like these family skits. You shoot them in a house. Other skits, they require more place, like a setting, and sometimes more props that you can't get your hands on, right? And you're like, where the fuck do I get this shit, right? But that's why I don't really do that much. And now, like, I slowly, like, that skit was like 7 minutes long. I slowly started like pushing it, like, yo, I'm gonna do more time. Like, I'm gonna do like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and all that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of 1 minute.
Yeah.
Because that also limits me to like, yo, cut down a lot, right?
Absolutely.
Is that because you're now focusing a bit more on YouTube as well, or is it because?
No, I'm like focusing on the craft. Now I know, like, yo, I have the engagement, right? It's solid, it's good,
Yeah.
and it's still growing. Like, even if I do a 7-minute video, it's still growing.
Dude,
Yeah.
like
How much-
entertaining
I watched
somebody,
the whole 7-minute video.
entertaining somebody for 7 minutes.
It's not
Yeah.
easy.
I don't think people watching it even appreciate entertaining somebody for 7 minutes.
What's your
is a
average?
hard
Like, what's
thing
your
to do.
actual like? I'm curious about your
Yeah.
engagement. Like, how long is it for? Like, for a 7-minute skit, you know, how YouTube gives you like for a
Engagement.
video, it'll give you engagement time of
Yeah.
a minute and a half, 2 minutes. For a 7-minute skit, what like is it? Are you seeing a big drop off, or are you seeing
No.
it grow?
Let me just okay. YouTube, I didn't look into it properly that much, but let me tell you this: on Instagram, my 1-minute videos used to in 24 hours after like before Corona started, used to hit 100,000 in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
Right? That's the 7-minute one hit 100,000 in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
So there's no drop off.
That's
It's
good.
literally the same thing.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's
But the ones like, let's say the gangster song one, that was like a little bit smaller, right? The ones that are like too relatable, too on the spot, they do way too many numbers. They do like this one skit that I did, like the dads and the uncles capping like mera mon ta karda, right?
Yeah.
That one is right now is at 300,000.
Oh, wow.
Which is on Instagram, right? Which is huge for me on Instagram, right?
Yes.
That time when I released it, in less than 24 hours, like let's say 12 hours, it was like 100,000, right? So
That doesn't even include like all these other sites that take.
Yeah, that's just off your Sangtar
This
page.
off
There's
is
like
my
Bramley
page.
Road, Punjabi Media,
Yeah,
X,
yeah,
Y,
people
Z.
share it.
this
Go
is
ahead.
alone my page, and other pages is different.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You have a strategy for releasing stuff too, right? Like a technique to it.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who's trying to drop videos? Is there a way to do it? A right way, a wrong way, or?
I just say what I was experiment a lot. Back then when I started, I used to drop like 3 videos per week, right? I'm like, all right, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then I looked at the schedule because Instagram is such a big help now. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they tell you like most of your followers are on at this time.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me drop it at this time. It worked. So sometimes, again, they're not gonna be right every time, right? Like when it's summer, you're done school. You're gonna be at weddings and all that. So now you're like, I can't drop it at nighttime because they're gonna be fucking partying at JJ's party or something. Right? One of your parties, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, now you gotta start seeing like, okay, maybe I gotta drop it in the day, right? And people in the daytime too, they're fucking traveling or they're in a different country or they're at the beach.
Yeah.
So yeah, I experimented a lot. So now I have a good schedule that I built a good schedule like September to this month. This is the time. From winter,
okay.
this is the time. This
So
time.
it's like daylight savings.
Yeah.
Like you change it up as the seasons change.
100%, man.
Okay.
100%.
But you're
That makes
consistent too, right? I don't know
Yeah.
if you do every Monday, Wednesday still, but it's like you know when your shit's coming out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that helps a lot too because people know, okay, yo, Sangtar is gonna come out on this day.
Yeah,
you know,
100%. That's one of the things I'm like, because I look at like people like Lily saying, I'm like, yo, they stayed consistent, and
Always.
bruh, look at her.
Yeah.
Right?
Look at her now.
And so if you don't stay consistent, you're gonna fall off. And like, yo, tomorrow there's gonna be like 5 other more creators that are gonna come in, right?
So you got to stay ahead of it.
So you gotta stay ahead of it. You gotta change up your content, change up your characters. I have fucking planned new characters for the next year, right?
Already.
Yeah, like I'm like I gotta make sure I do this character. Like the Punjab police character, I had that planned out 2 months prior. I was just waiting on the fucking uniform. I'm like, yo, I need to get a uniform.
How'd you get that uniform? I swear they don't sell them.
My cousin's in India.
We tried.
He's like a police officer, and he has a
What's his name?
and he has a ranking in there.
Sick.
So and he's like,
But he didn't show up with his uniform the next day like Sangtar's wearing.
We all tried. The 4 of us tried for Halloween. We
Yeah.
tried getting Punjab
couldn't get
police
them.
outfits for Halloween, and it was such a mission.
yeah, man. And they're like, he's like, yo, don't worry, late. I'll send you mine.
Oh,
And like the next day, this guy sends it to me, and I get it like in a week or so.
that's dope.
And yeah, that came clutch because I really wanted to do the Punjab Police series. Yeah.
How was that when like you
Best.
got Amrit Man doing the voiceovers? When I heard that, I was like, yo, this sounds like, you know, like you watch those TV trailers or
Yeah.
movie trailers with a deep voice, but I was like a Desi guy, like,
Yeah.
Sangtar saying, I'm like, this is sick, yo.
Yeah, man, because of Vicky being there, he shows a lot of my stuff to a lot of these Punjabi artists, right? Like Sidhu, Amrit Man, all these people. They like I got a call from I was driving, and Icky's calling. He's like, "Yo, pick up right now." He's like, "Important." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yo, Sidhu wants to talk to you, right?" And he's like, he's not even voice calling me. He's fucking FaceTiming me. Right? So I'm driving, right? And I'm talking like Sidhu and Amrit Man, like they're repeating some of the lines that just see like the character. He's like, just see, I fucking love just see. I'm like, yo, thank you, bro, thank you. You don't want to be a dick either. Can't say, yo, I gotta go, right? Because they're showing you so much love, but you also gotta fucking concentrate.
At that point, you come to a dead stop on the highway, like, yo, Haji,
Yeah, man.
If you were in Brampton and you showed everybody Sidhu's on the line, everybody would have stopped.
So I quickly stopped on the side. I'm like, then I talked to them. I'm like, bro, they're like, yo, man, I'm gonna make you do this for me and this for me, right? We gotta collaborate. I'm like, fucking awesome,
That's
right?
huge, man.
And they're showing love at the same time
That's
too,
crazy.
right?
Top guys in the game are asking
Yeah.
you to collaborate.
Yeah,
That's
right.
huge,
Like
man.
Gary always shows love. He's always like, "Yo, man, fucking love your videos." Right?
Save that name because we got to talk about some more about that. I want to give a quick shout out to Verano who sent out some gear. Jyoti's wearing the T-shirt. KSR's got the tumbi around his neck. He's playing the tumbi right there, little mini tumbi. Thank you very much for the gear, man. It's awesome. Check that shirt out if you can see that in the camera right there. Fantastic gear, man. We appreciate that. Verano, thank you for that gear very, very much. And let's get back to Gary Sandhu. I want to talk about what you've done with him because it's not only the relationship with your brother musically, but you've actually done some production work for him, directing and producing.
Yeah, just did directing work for him,
Okay.
and
well,
he was trying to do some different type of video, and Icky's like, "Yo, let's just get Sangtar to do it." I was in the room that time too. And yeah, to be honest, like he's like, "Yo, let's run it." He's like, "Yo, show me some locations." Then he's like, "Don't worry, we'll work on locations together," right? Because I'm like, again, you know, like I wasn't really into directing, but at the same time, I'm like, I have nothing to do. Might as well just try that, right? So yeah, we worked hand in hand, and then yeah, we made that.
What song was that?
It's the I Swear one. No.
So
Oi,
look at
oi. Yeah, that one.
oi, 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 sounds very
Oi,
familiar.
oi,
We got to congratulate you, Sangtar. You've been verified. Is that on Instagram?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram,
Let's
yeah.
make some noise for that, man.
Sick,
Big
that's
accomplishment.
huge.
That means for people that know.
You're the only verified guy at the table.
Yeah, only verified guy. Only verified guy in the room, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the blue check beside your
Yeah,
name. What
yeah.
what does that mean to you?
It was awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
When I got it, like the first time I applied for it was like a long time ago. Like the first time I started, I'm like,
Oh, you have to apply for it.
yeah.
Okay.
You gotta apply
It's
for
like
it.
a vetting process.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
it didn't go through the first time. I didn't expect it. But I'm like, yo, YOLO. It's not no charge for it. Right?
Yeah.
Might as well. Then I tried it back in April again, and that time my Instagram was like popping, TikTok was popping, and YouTube slowly started popping, right?
Yeah.
And then I had done a couple of radio interviews. So the criteria is like, you know, you gotta have some legitimacy for your name. And also, because my name is Sangtar, and there's another fucking Sangtar, right?
What is?
Varis, yeah, Sangtar Varis, right? So that also helped me in my case.
Oh, it helped
Right.
actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
'Cause
interesting.
You gotta separate yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
So like that's a Sangtar, I'm a Sangtar. So they just the whole thing is if you're applying for it, you gotta be like you're you separate yourself from other people that might be like fake accounts of you, or like fan accounts, or like other people that trying to impersonate you.
Okay,
that kind
got
of thing,
it,
right?
got
So
it.
it separates you from that. Now, so people know I'm the real Sangtar. Well, there's two Sangtars. I'm the real Sangtar as my Sangtar.
Yeah, okay.
You know what?
You're the real comedian Sangtar, and then he's the musician
He's the real
Sangtar.
musician Sangtar.
Yeah.
I'm the real comedian actor Sangtar. Yeah.
But you're the real Sangtar.
Sangtar, a big question a lot of people have is the female leads that you have in your videos. How
Yeah.
do you choose them? What do they bring to the table? And are you involved with any of them? These are all real questions other people have asked. Not my
Nah,
question.
man, no. If anything, I just reached out, right? Whoever was into acting, and then Chaps helped me out a little bit too, because from whoever worked with Jus Reign's videos, who was interested in my work, right?
So there's no Rishta coming up with any of the leads?
Nah, bro.
We heard these are the kind of questions
I don't
you
know,
get,
man.
Yeah, we hear these
No,
are like these aren't our questions.
Bro, I
these are
get
big
those kind
questions.
people's
that
I
are
get those kind of questions too.
all the
No,
time.
that's
right?
why we're. Yeah.
So nah, man, it's not
Not like that. It's all professional. They're trying to pursue careers as well.
Yeah.
They're doing their part. They're
professional.
Doing
and
You know, we're
all
talking
like
about
friends.
Harry, right?
Do you guys have like a little?
Definitely not.
Speaking of Harry, do you guys have like a little camp now, like a team that you guys are
Yeah.
working together?
Yeah,
Harry,
yeah.
Visionary. There's a few other people.
Harry is
Mona.
visionary, right?
Visionary, yeah.
He's very
Ramona
good at
Baines.
like directing.
Okay.
And has a good vision. That's why he named himself Visionary. So that was something I was lacking at when I started, right? But now, I'm able to, work on that with them, right? And
Shoutouts to them.
I mean, you
bro.
got a director,
bro.
you got a script writer. Fuck, what more do you need?
yeah,
right?
bro. So
I'm good friends with
I
Mona,
script write
actually.
myself still, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're the script writer.
Oh, okay. Yo, you got a script
What's
writer.
your whole process? And do you guys sit together as a team? Are these girls involved? Like
No, I'll
One-
get the idea first,
Yeah.
and then I write down the dialogue, right? And then I'll run it by him. Not like, I'm like, what do you think should I add? Is there anything that happened to you in this? Let's say it's about like your dad's talking about each other, like how they're great or something. I'm like, you know any ridiculous thing that your dad ever said, right? That could add in, right? After that, we're like, all right, we get a date. If we need a girl, we reach out, right? If not, then
Has
just
anyone ever felt like you said you do edgy comedy? Has anyone ever felt like ways like I don't want to act that scene out or something, and then you
no.
throw on the blouse and like I'm
That's why we like show them the work. Like,
Yeah.
this is what the fuck we're gonna do, right? So but there's some like this is the scene.
yeah
Are you comfortable?
okay.
If you're not, then you're not. Then we'll find somebody else to do it, right?
Sangtar, a quick question for you. You've worked with Jus Reign.
Yeah.
You've done cameos in his video.
Yeah.
What would you think would be the process if you called him up and said, "Hey, Jus Reign, I need you for a video now for one of your own videos"?
This
Where
guy's
is Jus
so
Reign?
smooth. The way he's trying to ask, so where is Jus Reign?
Is he
I
under
don't
your
know,
couple
man.
at home, or is he fucking hiding him,
No,
man?
man, I don't know.
That's the guy you gotta ask right there.
Yeah, you
Is
gotta
that-
ask Chops, man.
You're gonna zoom in
These
on
kind of
Chops.
questions, you gotta
Zoom
ask
in.
Chops.
Guys, zoom in on.
He
Chops.
takes anything that I don't want to do, because I'm not a business person, so I can't talk to
That's
nobody
not
about
Chaps.
business. That's Chops,
That's
bro.
Chaps.
Who the hell do you think that
He
is?
introduced himself to me as Ricky. I was
That
like,
is.
who is this?
He's
It's not like
Ricky
his
and
name
Chaps.
is. What do you think his real name
He's
would
not
be?
gonna tell you, "Hey, I'm Chaps."
Did you realize I didn't know who you were? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was
Yes.
tripping too. In the first episode, like, he's like, Jus Reign's manager. Fuck his manager. He's sitting right there.
That is
You're a joke,
crazy.
son.
You should have corrected me, bro.
He has
Holy
like
shit.
100 names.
I'm sorry, yo. I've been up since 6 a.m. and I got here late. My apologies, man. Chaps, this is the man. He set up a lot of stuff for us.
So you gotta ask him about
okay.
any of like me and
Do we have
Jus
a
Reign
mic for Chaps?
collaborating.
Okay, can we get Chaps over to the? He's not talking too much today.
But yeah, it's all about like if that ever happens, it happens.
Okay.
Right? Like that's it.
Well,
That's
same
pretty much
management.
it.
That's like what's his name, Rich Paul, LeBron's manager.
Yeah.
he made the Lakers get that chance. I think Chaps is on that same
That's
level.
it. If,
He can
you
get
know,
that championship team together.
Again,
You know.
also it's
Can-
about timing too, right? Like
Yeah.
when the time is right,
Mhm.
right? So that's also a different thing, another thing to it, right? And
Everything makes a lot more sense now that I know that's
Yeah,
Chaps
man.
over there. Okay, now
Behind the scenes.
the album coming out, is that Chaps too?
behind the scenes, everything.
Okay, so if
every-
you're looking for management, shout out.
I'm
to,
literally the actor, the editor, the editor, and the scriptwriter. That's 3 jobs I have.
Nice.
Everything else, talking to people, all that, chaps.
That's all chaps.
Right?
Okay.
That's it.
Or Ricky, as he introduced
Ricky,
himself as. Yeah.
I'd like to say, like, you're Rich Paul, right?
Yeah,
so
Rich Paul, that's
you gotta
what
make me the next LeBron or the AD. So
Well, aren't you a Miami Heat fan?
yeah, but the reference I'm using is like he's Rich Paul, so nobody. LeBron's not in Miami or anything, right? So, or he's Pat Riley that he's gonna,
All right, we got back to the Miami. Okay,
Yeah.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
That was smooth. Tell me about the album. What's going on with that? Are you actually singing? Is it a comedy album? What's going on?
comedy album that I'm gonna like. It's gonna be a skit and then moves on to a song. Like,
Oh, okay.
Be a skit, like a whole like 1 minute, 2 minute skit.
Like Pala.
Yeah, basically that. And
Shatakata.
then
I'm down.
transition to
Shinigata,
a
that's
song.
my favorite word right
Yeah, transition to a song.
Sick.
Nice.
And it's all like sad songs.
And is it all you singing as well, or artists featuring?
Yeah, we're gonna get Jyoti on it too.
Nice.
We got KSR producing, right?
Okay, okay.
Iki producing. This guy never picks up his call, so his
He's not on
boss.
it.
JJ is too busy.
I don't even think he has a
Liter-
phone anymore.
Yeah.
What phone?
He's
Yo, look
the
who's
caveman.
talking.
Well, thing with me is I get like busy with writing and like everything's.
What
on
do you
silent,
think I
right?
get busy with? Buddy.
Can't make time for me. 2 minutes to say yo, JJ. I'm gonna send you a.
He's verified,
vocals.
JJ. You gotta make time for him. man.
I'm gonna send you vocals, JJ.
Huh?
I
He's
asked
the real
JJ.
Sangtar.
I asked JJ like 2 years ago. I'm like, yo, you down? He's like, yo, don't worry, just hit me up.
Yo,
All
what if-
you have to
2
do.
years after, we have zero songs,
Yo,
zero dummies.
What
Forget
if
about the track.
What if the other Sangtar hit
All you
up?
have to do is that. Yeah, I'm down. All you have to do is show up here and walk in that room, and I'm down. Let's start. If you're asking me to make time, that's never gonna fucking happen. Just show up here and let's do it.
All right. Huh? Yeah, I should have started with that today.
What?
Instead of the podcast, put you in the fucking studio
Let's
first.
go. If you were on time, we might have made that happen.
You know how many artists? How many artists have come here talked about JJ? We got to do some work. He's like, yeah, don't worry. After we get so hammered,
Well, the good thing is I don't get hammered, I don't drink or
That's
smoke.
it.
So I'll be up JJ's house. I'm like, yo, let's do it right now.
Done.
That's dope, man. So the
Yeah.
album, when can we expect it?
Whenever it's done, man. Right now I'm not rushing into like everything. So the thing I learned is I don't want to rush into it anymore. Want to make sure it's the best I could do, or and that's it. I'm not rushing. But I do have I do make deadlines for me, so I work harder for it.
Yeah.
Which is the winter. It could be December. It could be January. But obviously, I'm not gonna fucking release it in July. But I the winter, I would say is like.
So soon. That's not that far off.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
at
That
end
would
of
be funny
October,
though.
yeah.
Middle of summer, just mad sad songs.
Yeah. It's some
summer.
But I
That
want
would
to
have
release
that would
it
have been
properly.
reasonable this summer during COVID.
Yeah, 100%. It could have been reasonable, but yeah, I want to try something new. Try all that. Add music
Nice.
to to my comedy, even though I did it before, but added from a storyline, continues with a song.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
like
awesome.
that.
Are you into ever thinking about pursuing stand-up comedy or sketch type comedy? Is that something you would want to do in the future, where you go on stage, have a whole setup,
Dave
people
Chappelle.
watch you, and that? Yeah, kind of like Dave Chappelle. Even Mr. Bean did it back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, stand up. See, the problem with stand up is now you can't say a lot of shit. And I can't do
Well, I mean, you could
G-comedy,
say it, but
like,
you're gonna
kids
get
I feel like in
Filter, yeah.
stand up you could probably say more than online.
It's got to be recited and perfected. I think it's like
Yeah.
you can't just blurt out stuff. I think
Yeah,
is
right.
what
Like
it is.
back in the
Yeah,
day,
man.
like those
Everybody's
Russell
getting
Peters jokes.
canceled for everything.
But
Yeah.
regardless, is that something you want to do or pursue, or is it just
No.
like fuck it, I want to go into acting?
I just want to do acting, man. I just want to do different type of roles. I also believe that I could do a very good villain role, and
Yeah, like-
be a good villain. Right? I get that a lot. I get either a comedic, a comical element to movies, but villain is the second thing I'll get is
Gulshan Grover kind of vibes.
As a Punjab police villain,
yeah,
100%.
like
Get him in Punjab.
corrupted motherfucker. Right?
And these stand-up guys are probably thinking yo, how do we get into what he's already doing, right? With
So-
technology nowadays.
Going off that, has anybody reached out to you, like these Punjabi movies? Anybody's go like Sangtar in a movie? Which one? Like,
Bhajan
I don't
Mohammed called
really
you up for a movie yet?
talk about things unless they actually happen. But there have been opportunities in some things. But again,
Oh, I heard about a TV show that reached out to you to put in audition, right? I
The
don't
Big
know
Boss
if you can
thing?
talk about it. Is it Big
They
Boss?
wanted
Okay.
to put you on Big Boss. Like,
That was like they reached out like a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Right, they were interested, right?
Yeah.
And I gave, but thing was,
Big Boss
they thought I was
Canada?
like Big Boss India. They
India.
thought I was like
Sick.
I was from Punjab because a lot of the skits are Punjabi.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you gotta speak 60% Hindi. I'm like, fuck. I don't know how to speak Hindi at all. I can understand it, but I can't speak it.
Yeah.
And they're like 30% Punjabi. I'm like, dope, right? 10%
man.
English. So we gave one edition, not an edition, like an interview kind of thing, right? Talk about yourself.
Did you
Explain.
talk in Hindi?
Bro, I'll tell you, like, first
Humko
one, we're like,
Tumko.
I'm like, yo.
Say one or two lines.
I like,
What did you
for
say?
the first time was like, I'm like, yo, let's just rip it in Punjabi. Like, if we can't do Hindi, we can't do Hindi, right? Whatever, right? And then they reached, they're like, yo, nah, we want Hindi. So I'm like, yo, they're really interested in us, right? They want Hindi, right? So me and Chow spent like 2 days writing down like Hindi. We got his parents involved, my parents involved. Like, yo, I gotta say something. But it was a bit like I still couldn't get the grip of it because once you're like even in a dialogue, you gotta believe in what you're saying. I wasn't doing that, right? I'm like,
हमारा नाम से
and they're like,
है.
yo, you can't be chill. You gotta talk about that. You're mad, that you get angry. I'm like, fuck, right? I'm like the opposite. I'm very chill, right? I'm very like laid back, right? And so I'm like, yo, जब मुझे कोई ट्रिगर करता है, मुझे बहुत गुस्सा चढ़ता है. मैं उधर तक नहीं satisfy होता है जब तक मेरी side में जीतना नहीं है. And I look back, I'm like, fuck, what am I fucking saying, right? And
You should rip like a 1 2 like swear words in there.
yeah, and I sent it to them, and they're like, oh, no, they're like, send it. They're like, do it again. And they kept saying, I'm like, the third time, the last time I did it, I'm like, this is last time I'm gonna do it. If it happens, it happens, right? But yeah, after that, never got back from them, right? But again, it's not really my type of thing to get in. It's like a reality show. But at the same time, we're like, yo, what's a downside
Why
for
not,
it?
right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. You
Right.
learned something. You got a good
Yeah.
experience.
There's
That's
no
very
literally
funny.
no downside. If I got in, I would have been the comedic element, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that might give you some inspiration for starting Big Boss Punjabi.
but
edition.
no, but
There is
the
Big
biggest
Boss
thing,
Punjabi, I think so,
Punjabi,
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
biggest
okay.
thing, like I'm like, Chaps, I hope you get in. He's like, yo, even if you don't get in, take it in. The guy who fucking hosts that show is Salman Khan.
Yeah.
Right?
it's
That
crazy.
fucking company reached out to you.
3
they,
times.
Yeah, they notice you. They put, like, you're in their radar.
Yeah,
Chaps,
so
I
they
need
saw
a
you.
manager,
Yeah,
Chaps, man.
right?
I need a manager too, bro.
Not
So-
just saw you, but they saw you.
Yeah.
They liked you.
They liked you that they came back to you like fucking 2-3 times, right? So that's a feel good moment, right?
Absolutely,
And
man.
again, with like these singers that come out like, yo, we want to collaborate with you. Right? Again, I don't put it out there until it actually happens, right? Because you never know, right?
Yo, make some noise for Sangtar for all the effort he's been
That's
putting
awesome,
in,
man.
That's
Good
dope.
for you,
bro.
Thank you, man.
That's dope. That's
But
And like, just to talk about, like, you said after high school, you were kind of lost on what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people, like, that's where it is. Going into university, you kind of like, yo, what do I do
100%,
with
man.
life right now, right?
Yeah, I coulda gone to school
congratulations
for, like,
to you, man.
policing and all that dumb shit. But
There's so
I'm
many
like,
ideas, right? But you're turning
I don't wanna,
what you
like-
want to do into something actually.
Did your
proper.
parents, like my next question, like my parents were like to you, you have to go to school after high school. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah.
I hated it. I wanted paralegal shit. I hated that shit.
Yeah.
Dropped the fuck out.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. Right? Were your parents like, you have to go to school?
Not my dad, because my dad was
He's
literally
the
on
one
the
that-
entertainment side. My mom still is like, "Putte to theek hai, par tu doctor ban la, engineer."
My mom said the
tera
same
biyah
shit.
nahi hona?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
you should see like my high school grades. I can't even become a police officer. Right? Like I'm smart. Like I'm not dumb. Like, but my
There's, like-
smartness doesn't involve like biology and chemistry and math.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a
Chemistry? I
Like-
don't know, man. Your videos talk about chemistry.
like I love history. Like I love history and all that. Like looking into the past. That's where a lot of my comedy comes into. Like I talk a lot about what happened in the past, right? So history is like something that I love, and like learning about new things. That's my kind of smart, right? I'm not like math smart. I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck. I don't know how to do long division.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
different types. Like
He could have brought up calculus. He could have brought up algebra.
Algebra. He
This
said
man
long
said
division.
long
Well,
division.
forget about algebra. I don't even know long division.
Fuck
right?
long division.
Yeah. So
It's like speaking of collaborations, you've done quite a few, even from the West Coast. There's, I believe it's Gurnaz you've done some collabs with.
I did one like back in
with
the
her.
day, yeah.
Anybody else from the West Coast or from America you've been working with or wanted to work with?
Yo, haven't recently worked with anybody, have I? No,
Well,
not
because
recently.
Corona, I'm guessing everything.
Yeah,
is
Corona. Even before that. Oh, Brown Girl Lives. Sorry,
Yeah.
Brown Girl
It
Lives,
came
yeah,
up.
yeah.
That
Sorry.
was huge.
Yeah, that was she reached out to me. She actually, because I think JJ posted my video. Remember the Daku one? What producers have to deal with?
Yeah.
So he posted my video and she was following you at the time and she's like, yo, I saw your video with JJ. I'm like, thank you. She's like, yo, I want to work, right? I'm like, oh, calm down, right?
She's ready to work,
Yeah.
man. She's
So,
she's
yeah.
really
She's-
good at what she does. Yeah.
She's hungry.
Yeah,
always.
man. And she's like, yo, let's run through some ideas. I'm coming to Canada, Toronto. Sorry, I'm coming to Toronto in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it. And then she came, and it was great. Like, we had a great like connection. We were able to like, if I didn't like something or she didn't like something, we will tell each other, right? And then the second time she came, it was even better because we knew each other, right? But that's like one of the people that I love to work with because it's so easy to work with her because you get along. I think I get along with everybody,
Yeah.
right? But like there's sometimes
she is a real professional. I'll give her that. Like when we worked with her, she kind of just wanted to know what her role was, and then she took her time to play that role. It wasn't just like kind of I don't know if she kind of winged it or not, but she took it really serious. And it was a small role, it wasn't too crazy, but she practiced and practiced and practiced, and she did a really, really good job.
100%. That other than her, I haven't really done anything. And then me and Visionary linked up, and we started creating content together.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
How did that link up happen? Like, how did you guys connect? Same thing, Instagram, whatever. Like, yo,
kind of like that. He had to do a video. He was doing a video. He's like, yo, I want you to be part of it. I'm like, down, right? And I fucked with the concept, right? The thing I learned from like being around Jus Reign and them, right, is Chaps again too, right? Is like, don't force it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, right? Look into more of the concept. Now, that's what I do. That's what I do a lot of collaborations now. It's like, yo, if you need it, if it makes sense, do it.
And dude, they're sick.
Yeah, right?
And like, you have your ideas, they have in both of you together. Like, the stuff is awesome.
Yeah, like, look at this. I can't imagine anybody doing her bun scar right now, other than me.
Yeah.
I literally can't imagine. Unless, like,
Babu, maybe
Sonam
Babu.
Bajwa says, like, yo, Sangtar, main har bun scar banna. I'm like, yo.
everybody making noise for Sonam Bajwa.
I'll be like, come through, right?
My wife knows.
Or Miss Pooja says, yo, I want to be her bun scar. I'll be like, yo. It's automatic, yes, right?
Yes.
But I'm just, but
This just kind of,
bro, she could pull up her bun scar, right? But but other than that, I don't really imagine I don't imagine anybody doing just see sex per wala better, right?
sex photo.
Right? Again, see, so if you could do something your own by yourself, fucking do it,
Yeah.
right?
man.
If there's a connection, like me and Brown Girl Lives, we had a connection with her role and my role, what we talked about. I'm like, yo, it makes sense for you to do it. I can't pull it off. You do it. And then it worked. It clicked.
I think it was Humble the Poet. He was on here when he said it. He got to a point where he was frustrated with the industry and he wasn't making it anywhere and it wasn't working. And advice he got from actually Lily Singh was, do whatever you can do by yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do yourself, just do that and
Yeah.
see where that takes you instead of worrying about Jyoti showing up or JJ picking up his phone or whatever, or Icky picking up your calls. Just do whatever and you're self-made in the
man.
sense that you do everything yourself. Yeah, you get help with shooting, editing, management, all that kind of stuff, but you build yourself up to that point.
You can blame everyone around you. It's not everyone else's fault. It's your own fault that you can't do yourself.
I had a great conversation with him too, man. He's a very nice guy too.
Who?
What, Humble?
Humble,
Yeah, awesome
Like,
guy.
yo, here's my phone number. Text me whenever you want.
And he
damn.
actually answers his phone
Yeah,
anytime
yeah, yeah,
you reach out to him.
Yeah,
he's
Unlike
awesome.
JJ.
I asked him a couple of things too. He's not like JJ, bro.
Yeah. No, awesome dude, man.
If you want me to answer my phone, just let me know. I will answer.
Let
your
me
phone.
know
I
if
got
you want me to
You know
answer
the
my
text
phone.
I got you.
Why
Text
do I
him
call you
first.
for you not to answer the phone?
So, text him first, be like, yo, I'm going to call you, but I really want you to answer my phone.
Honestly,
and then call it.
the middle finger emoji on WhatsApp, just repeatedly send it to him.
No.
Eventually he'll respond.
Yeah.
Eventually he will respond.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've done that a few times. I just like And he responds eventually.
I have a couple of messages on my phone right now. I'm waiting them to hit about 150 to 170 unread, and then I'm gonna reply.
Oh God,
Wow.
bro,
No,
that's
I-
like banda marmor jabe pa. What the fuck?
No, but shout out to all the people that do collaborate and help out. Like speaking of the guys that are here today, Nav, EI Photography, Lucid Film, Shot by Dolo, JT. What's JT's company?
Dream
I always
World
forget.
Studios.
A Dreams World Studios.
Say it
He's had
again?
too much to drink.
A Dreams World Studios.
Because he was slurring there for a second. There we go. So Lucid Film, Shot by Dolo, Nav, EI Photography. We got Prodigy in the building.
We got Jax.
And then of course Chaps, aka Ricky. aka
AK 100 different names.
AKA led me on, man. No, we've had a
But
great episode.
collaborating in general is...
Sangtar, we want to wrap it up by asking you, man, what can we expect up until Christmas? Are we gonna, since Jus Reign is in hiding, are we gonna do another Christmas special with yourself, possibly?
Bro,
You just gave him an idea.
time
and now
will
he's
tell.
like,
To be honest,
hey.
like I look at what the mass audience says. Like Christmas isn't like too huge in India and those countries. So I mostly try.
Is India your majority of your audience?
Nah, Canada, UK.
So what the
Yeah, so
fuck
then
is that?
Jita
that makes
bros.
no sense what you just said.
Jita bros instead of Gita bros.
I'm trying to get the Punjabi movies, right? So
Okay.
I gotta reach out to them more.
Yo,
you know?
honestly though, like your
Yeah.
Punjab police acting, when I watched it, I was like, wow, like
Yeah,
it's
man.
exactly like Ajay Devgan, like it's that
Yeah.
vibe. You killed it.
Yeah, man.
Killed
Thank you
it,
so much.
absolutely
What
killed
can
it.
we expect from you coming up in the next few months, the next year?
Different characters, bigger projects.
Mhm.
You know, musicals, obviously. But yeah, a lot of different things. I'm just trying to do different things now. You know, because again, as I said before, tomorrow there's gonna be 5 other people that's trying to take your spot. So you gotta. How do I separate myself from these guys?
innovating.
Are you still doing Sangtar films stuff? Are you still
No,
gonna be
no.
shooting
I'm
or-
now focused on me
Sangtar.
growing myself, my brand value,
And
my.
I know it
skill set.
doesn't help you, but for that young Sangtar up and coming, what advice would you give him that's watching this and wants to kind of do what you're doing?
Yo, the biggest thing is some people ask me like, yo, what camera should I use? And like, and he's like, yo, some people say, yo, I don't have a camera. Bro, I started with my fucking iPhone 5, the blue, we had those dinky iPhone 5s with the blue cover on it, right? I started with that, right? Then I moved on to an iPhone 7, right? Which wasn't that big either, right? Then I used Icky. Then I used to message my cousin. I'm like, yo, man, fuck your exam. Yo, come here. You know, make my career. Don't worry about the exam. It's grade 12. It's only grade 12.
He was a
exam.
video
Even
guy?
like your songs.
No, it's my cousin, sister. Like she's my cousin's sister, right? Icky was used to, you know, UK. I was like, he's where the fuck he is, right? But then I need somebody to shoot for me a bit, right? And then I'm like, used to tell my cousin, right? She had an iPhone 2, the latest one. I'm like, yo. Like,
Not
yo,
the 2,
I was like,
definitely.
yo, come, please help me out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, crying emojis and shit, right? She'd come and she helped me out, right? So you don't need like
Crazy.
crazy cameras or crazy
Like
lighting.
you were saying, all your past songs, like a lot of them were shot on your phone.
Yeah, a lot of the Daku songs were shot on
I
my
remember you were
phone,
telling me, I was
right?
like, wow.
You don't need lighting and microphones from the start. It matters about your content, the quality of your content, right? That's what that matters, right?
Okay.
Like Tamkila back then, they didn't have no fucking Cubase and
They didn't have J
they
Static.
didn't have J Static who never picks up their phone, right? They didn't have a guy doing the autotune, right?
Imagine Chumkila calling
what they
J-Static,
worked
yo.
with,
They made it work.
they made it work and they made
Yeah.
it. They set a standard.
Yeah.
You know, so just fucking whatever you have, rip it with that. I saw videos of the GoPro. Fuck. For fuck's sake.
GoPro's fucking 4K, guy.
At my lowest point,
it's
bro.
about to,
I was
like-
shooting with the GoPro a little bit. That died on me. You ready? And then, iPhone 5 and shit. So it really doesn't matter what you use.
It's the idea.
It's the idea, the
idea,
content, right? That's it. You know, you see like singers who can't sing, they have the fucking nastiest songs. They have the biggest songs. Why? Because like
It's
production, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Auto-tune.
auto-tune, right? Everything. They believe in it.
No, believe in yourself. I think I'm
100%.
gonna wrap that up with believe in yourself. If you got a little bit of confidence, shoot with whatever you have
Yeah.
and work yourself up to the red cam or the
And
DSLR
any
or whatever.
criticism, just whatever.
And let shit come to you.
Yeah, and
Don't go chase.
You also gotta understand this. Like, not everybody's gonna fuck with your shit. Like, no, but half of the people don't believe in God. So if nobody like that's people that don't like God, we're human. So we're fucking human. So obviously there's gonna be people that don't like you or your craft, right?
I like that comparison.
Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm not an idiot.
But there's a lot of people.
I believe in God, man. I believe in a higher power, bro.
Well, let's wrap it up with that before God strikes us down and the fucking podcast is done. But Sangtar, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
That was a great episode, man. We all had a lot of fun.
And congratulations.
I learned a lot.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
I'm glad all my co-hosts spoke. I didn't even introduce everybody. Fuck, I totally forgot. I'm Kultar Rai, DJ M, KSR, Jyoti Dylan, and Jay Static, of course. So thank you guys, everybody, for jumping in, making it a great episode. Sangtar, you were hilarious throughout the whole thing. This was the real episode, so this was not a joke. This was the real episode. And we're going to end it here, man. If you want to see
everybody
Punjabi
stay
Shazam,
safe.
hit the link in the episode, and we'll get to that soon.